What's going on, y'all? This is Josh from Team Super Shoe, and welcome back to another episode of the Shoe Show. We are here with the member of the month, Dave Skinner. And Dave, how are you, man?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. So where are you from, man? Where are you living?
I am originally from South Carolina, about 50 miles south of Charlotte. So I grew up there, grew up as a NASCAR fan, but I live in Kentucky now. So you're talking to me here in Kentucky.
Okay, all right. And so I know before we get to the story of you meeting Corey and giving him a unique gift, I wanted to know what is Bristol your normal go-to every year, or how many races have you been around Kentucky or North Carolina?
So I hadn't been to a race in a long time. I took 20 years off as a fan. I grew up in South Carolina. Darlington was my home track that I would go to every year. I had never been to Bristol. It was my first Bristol race, so it was exciting. Just the last 2 years, I've gotten back into NASCAR, and I've been trying to hit 2 or 3 races a year. So that was my first time to Bristol. Definitely a bucket list racetrack for sure.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's cool. Was it the dirt or the concrete?
It was a concrete night race back here in, I guess that was October, yeah, early October, I think.
Nice, cool. And is there a track on the horizon that you're gonna go to next for on the bucket list?
Man, I'm trying to get to Talladega. We want to go down and take the motorhome and go camping at Talladega, but you can't hardly get a spot. So been trying to get a spot. If anybody out there is not going to use their spot, I'd love to hear from you.
Nice, nice. And so, obviously, you're a Corey LaJoie fan, and you've been on the page a little bit. I wanted to know what brought you to be a Corey fan after your 20-year hiatus.
Yeah, so a couple of years, I'm a real estate agent. I sell land for a living. And a couple of years ago, I'm not going to name his name, but I had someone call me to sell a farm for them here in Kentucky. And turns out they were a retired NASCAR driver. And I remembered him from back in the day. And long story, I got to looking him up, and I bumped into the Dale Jr. download at the time, and never was really a Dale Jr. fan. I was a huge senior fan, but I got to listen to the download, and literally I've listened to every episode now. And just the last couple of years, I've gone back and listened to all of them. I listened to some of them twice. And I got done listening to all those. I was hungry for more content. So I just started looking for NASCAR podcasts, and I found Stacking Pennies. And to be honest, I knew nothing about Corey because I'm probably more of an Xfinity fan than I am a Cup fan at this point anyway. And just I enjoyed listening to him. I remembered his dad from back in the day. He just seems like a very humble, down to earth kind of guy, and become a fan as a result of finding Stacking Pennies.
Yeah, it is Corey is that's why I was drawn to him too. Is when I found him, I was looking for somebody that I can relate to, that personality wise. And nowadays, like, it's just full with a bunch of kids with no life experience, and it's really hard to, like, be motivated to cheer on somebody like that. So before I was a Corey fan, I liked Jimmy Johnson, but I really, back when I picked him, I was a kid, and it was before he was successful. I just picked him because my first job was at Lowe's, and it worked out. So, but look, going back now, like, if I were to go back, I probably wouldn't be a Jimmy fan.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of rooting for the underdog that is truly working from the bottom up. And in this sport, it's unlike any other sport where there's a reason why they're aiming to finish 20th as opposed to winning the race. And there's so much little things behind the curtain, things that happen that now that I've been exposed to it, I can appreciate how hard they work for it. So
Corey is still really young, and what really drew me to him is the fact that he still grew up working on his race cars, and he can work on those cars now. I remember, I think last season they wrecked during qualifying. I don't even remember what track it was, but one of the clips was Corey there working on the car at midnight trying to get things ready because their shop's so small. So you just don't see that nowadays. So that was big.
Yeah, and on top of that, still to this day, I mean, maybe not this week, but he still has a normal job. He does now. He's doing his media stuff and his podcasting stuff, but he also still goes and welds at his dad's seat shop. Like, he's still a blue collar guy. He just maybe in the future he might make enough that he doesn't have to do that, or maybe that's something that he wants to do. But yeah, he's a hardworking guy, and unfortunately, a lot of these guys, like Christopher Bell or whoever, these guys are 20-year-old prodigies, or Ty Gibbs or whoever, and they're just gonna, go out and go fast and let everybody do the hard work for them. They don't really understand the meaning of hard work. So
That's right.
But so brought you on not only that you are a member of Team Super Shoe on Facebook, but you have a unique story about meeting Corey and giving him a pretty funny gift. So I thought you can share for the people that don't know it.
Yeah. So the week before the Bristol race, I don't even remember the story, but on Stacking Pennies, something come up about Dale Jr. eats a sandwich that's bananas, peanut butter, and mayonnaise. And Corey was talking about eating a mayonnaise and peanut butter sandwich, and the guys on the show just give him all kinds of grief. Well, fast forward to that next weekend, it was last minute for me to get to go to Bristol, and I thought, man, and I had pit passes for the Cup race, which I'd never had before. I'd been in the pit for Xfinity race. I'm like, it's a pretty good chance I'm going to see him. I want to be the penny stacker of the week, which sounds kind of goofy. But I'm like, it's always, sometimes it's a really goofy deal and sometimes it's a really cool story. So I thought maybe it'll be a really cool story. And I thought, what could I do that would be crazy enough to get his attention and possibly be that guy? So long story, at midnight before we left the next day to go to Bristol, I'm up on my computer rushing to design this little label to slap on a sandwich bag, and went to Walmart literally at midnight and got a little thing of mayonnaise and some peanut butter and some bread and threw in this bag and carried it around in my backpack all day long until I finally caught him at the hauler and said, "Hey, I got a gift for you." And he just started busting out laughing as soon as I give it to him. And he wanted to pose for a picture. So he grabs his phone and takes a selfie of us. And I was so excited. I say I don't get starstruck. I was kind of starstruck because not that he's a star, but he is such a cool guy, and it was a really cool moment. I just totally forgot to whip my phone out and take a picture of myself. And my buddy is with me. He's just standing there gawking. He's a bigger Corey fan than I am, probably. He's standing there gawking, and we walk away, and I'm like, crap, I didn't get a picture of myself, and how am I going to get him to send me that picture? But luckily, I sent him a message on Instagram. Took him about a week, but I finally got the picture, so pretty excited about that.
That's cool. That's cool. How did Corey react to all of it?
Oh, it was really, he said, "Hey, what's your name? Because you're going to make the show." And I said, "Man, I was hoping so." So I dropped a business card in the bag for you. He's like, "All right, cool." And anyway, he handed the bag to somebody and said, "Put this up because I'm going to eat this on the show next week." And I'm like, this is going to be so cool. So fast forward to that next week. I've been just, literally, I'm just watching for the download to hit, when it hits and I start listening. And they spent 5 or 6 minutes talking about that sandwich and him eating it. He added banana to it, which is kind of cheating. I just can't imagine mayonnaise and peanut butter by itself. But I don't think he was a big fan. I don't remember, but I don't think he was a big fan.
Yeah, it sounded. We're gonna play the audio at the end of the show, and it sounded like he must have spilled it or something. I don't know. I wish they had actual video of it though.
Yeah.
Well, and I thought it was funny too. We're gonna show pictures on the show as well of that picture of you, the selfie with Corey, and I thought it was so funny, the joy of sandwiches.
Yeah.
I thought that was creative.
I was downloading logos off the internet. I rushed through it so quick. I actually misspelled sandwich. And as soon as he sent me the picture, that's the first thing I noticed is I misspelled flipping sandwich. How big of an idiot could I be? But anyway, it was funny nonetheless.
Speaking of sandwich, Merriman. So I'm standing there on Friday before practice, and some guy comes up to me. He said he put his card in here, so I want to give him a legitimate shout out. Whitetail Properties Real Estate, Dave Skinner. He hands me this brown bag special labeled with the joy of sandwiches, limited edition Super Shoe lunch special. Apparently because I misspoke and I was talking about peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwiches last week. When I meant peanut, actually I was trying to do a Dale Jr. mayonnaise sandwich and a banana, but I misspoke. But apparently I got no less than 4 texts last week that people actually eat peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwiches. Yeah. Did you know that?
Who?
I'm about to eat one right now.
Who texted you that?
You don't want to know. But people actually eat peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwiches, and
Without
also
putting a banana on there.
no,
Just the peanut butter and mayonnaise.
I threw a banana in here just to spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, Skippy peanut butter for Skip.
For Skippy. That's you.
I've never seen in the squeeze bot like that.
That looks so disgusting. You're about to eat this?
What do you mean? I feel like I have to.
I hate the smell of peanut butter. Oh, I hate
Really?
it. Yeah. I don't know
Oh,
why.
look at that.
Are you allergic
Looks
to
like
peanuts?
something Chuck eats
Why
on
are
the
you
battlefield.
going
That's
so
way-
thick?
That is
All we-
thick peanut
Don't
butter.
go
Let me
so
see that.
thick.
Let me
All
see
we
that.
had this week was flour.
I hate you.
That's going to smell like peanut. For y'all that are just listening, I just threw this pack of peanut butter.
Nasty.
Here it goes. I got a mayonnaise, peanut butter,
Yeah,
banana
I'm gonna heave.
Which side are you going first?
sandwich.
For those
I'm
listening,
gonna go banana side first.
he's going bananas, and he took a large bite.
Oh boy!
Thoughts?
It's not as good as I thought it'd be.
Try the other
Wait,
side.
you thought that was
without
going to
the
be
banana.
good?
It's actually not bad. I will say that
course,
the side without the banana is better.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, neither of which I'm going to make recreationally on my own time. But so thanks for the one guy who made it and shout us out on Twitter. That is a mayonnaise peanut butter sandwich right here in Stacking Pennies. I love the fans that just bring me stuff, particularly pistachios or knapsacks.
I love it when fans bring me stuff. So bring me stuff, fans.
Bring me more stuff.
Well, I have it here. The camera sees. I have it. I'm gonna try it. I'm not looking forward to it. And it's on my wife's some type of healthy bread. I don't know. It's probably gluten free or some crap. So we're gonna try it. I'm gonna see if it's good or horrible. So, not horrible. The peanut butter may taste good.
You really loaded it down with the mayonnaise too. It's oozing out the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
You're a braver man than me.
Hey, not bad, and it's on healthy bread, so it's a healthy snack.
If you'll add banana to it, I mix mine all together. I mix the mayonnaise, peanut butter, mayonnaise, or banana all together. I've eaten them since I was a little kid, but just leaving the banana out, I don't think I can. I don't put much mayonnaise in, just a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, wash it down some beer. Hold on. All right. Well, cool, man. Well, Dave, man, it's been cool to talk to you for a little bit. I just thought that was a cool story, and I figured it would be funny to talk to you and get the insights besides Corey's. I wanted to talk to you as well, man. So just appreciate it and appreciate you hanging out on the Team Super Show on Facebook, man. It's cool.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
All right, Dave. All right, man. God bless, man. Take care.
Bye-bye.